Hey y'all, Chuck here. Hey, it's time for another question and answer update here in Tapanong, Thailand.
Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
My new GoPro. The sound quality on my update video, I don't know, I gotta get a microphone. It was really windy out there on the Mekong. It wasn't too bad, but I gotta get the wind noise under control. And I had it on that large GoPro stick, and every time I moved it, it made some noise. So I gotta figure out what that's all about. But let's get to some questions. I have a lot. Haggis 087, nice information video as usual, thanks. I'm hoping you could do a video on tipping scenarios there. Also, to see other subscribers' opinions and experiences. You may have done one before, but I am unable to find it in my collection. Would be interested into knowing the general guideline to find out if I've been doing it wrong all these years. Yeah, you should tip. It's not like Western where they get, I know in America they get like $2.35 an hour to wait tables. So they're very dependent on tips. However, the service isn't always good and they still think they deserve to have a tip, because it's part of their paycheck. Not all cases, but a lot. In Thailand, that's not how they get paid. They usually get a salary. That's at least a minimum wage, if not more. And they don't really expect a tip, but you should tip. Now, when we go places, my in-laws and older people, I don't know, they don't like to tip unless they're constantly putting ice in their cup or, you know, making sure they're okay. They feel like if they haven't done much, then they don't deserve a tip. That's how Thai people think. Not all, but that's how the ones that I see. So, you know, to tip somebody 100 baht is a lot. 100 baht is like extremely appreciative from the server, and 100 baht would cost you around $3 US, so it's nothing. But I always try to tip at least 100 baht when I go out and spend between 400 and 700 baht on a meal. You know, there is not a percentage, but it is good to tip. Now the barber, I don't know if you noticed. I guess you have. You're going, what the hell? I cut my hair. It's so damn hot. So I cut my hair like this for like 15 years when I was in the military. I continued to cut my hair, and then I just decided to let it grow out and have it cut, you know, every other week. Well, the barber down the street now, it's 60 baht for a haircut. When I go, I always give him 100 baht. So I give him like almost 100% tip, you know? But he never cuts it short enough for me. He never cuts it the same. And I'm like, okay. I got a picture on my phone that I show him. Like, he's like, oh yeah. So I said, screw it. It's so damn hot. I'm gonna cut my own damn hair. I don't care anymore, you know? So if I don't like it, it'll grow back out next week. But I tip him well, and sometimes I don't get the service that I want, so I'll figure something else out. My options on haircuts around here are limited. But tip, yeah, you definitely should tip. You know, there's not a standard. If they don't do good service, then don't tip, you know. I don't think there's anybody else that does like 20% or anything like that, but if somebody else has some information on that, feel free to chime in. Lissy Collin. Hi Chuck and Paige. Every time I see and listen to your videos, I want to visit and live in Thailand. I want to know where in Thailand you live. I mean the town name. Because I was looking for price to buy a house and the price were higher than I thought. By the way, I'm from Puerto Rico, but I now live in Houston and work as a Spanish teacher. Do you think I could find a job in Thailand? It's so noisy out there, sorry. Thailand streets are very noisy. Nothing you can do about it. At night it's worse. Do you think I could find a job in Thailand? Thank you. I hope I can hear from you soon. Well, I hope you watched the video because I didn't reply to your comment because I wanted to put it on my question and answer. So, I know you haven't watched my large library of videos, but many times I've answered this question. I live in a province. Oh, you scared the shit. What are you doing? This is my buddy. That's YouTube video, okay? Yeah. It's B. It's my buddy B. He lives next door. He scared the crap out of me. Don't ever do that again. He's on his way to school. He comes over here and harasses me every day. He's a great kid.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a video. I'm answering some questions. What are you eating? Get a line. Get a line.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Very good. I live in Thap Phnom, province of Nakhon Phanom. We live on the Mekong River. Across the river is Lao. Lao, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you're looking to buy a house in Thailand. I don't recommend that. Thailand is completely different. When you come here, you have to change your complete mindset of the Western culture of we have to have all these things, houses and cars and insurance and health insurance and all these things that we have to have on a normal basis back home. So yeah, you can't just buy a house, you can get a condo. I've made several videos on this subject, but Thailand is very cheap to live. You can get a fully furnished apartment for hardly any money. And without ever being to Thailand, you should travel around Thailand and live different places and explore Thailand. It's so cheap to live here, but you can't own 100% of a home here in Thailand. It has to be shared by a Thai national, whether it's your spouse or whatever. But you can't own a house. You can rent a house. My buddy in Chatham is renting a really nice house for 14,000 baht a month. So it's really nice. But he negotiated that over a 2-year term. I gotta speed up the questions. I got a lot. Let's see. Yeah, you could teach in Thailand. It's not going to be any kind of money like you think, but you can teach in Thailand. So, okay, bye, B. Bye.
Bye.
But you can teach here in Thailand. It's no money. You should come explore Thailand and see what it has to offer, but you're not going to make a good living at it. Bernard Slanecki. Hi Chuck, I will be moving to Thailand in a few months. I don't know why everybody wants to sneak up behind me. I almost decapitated B. He come up on me. My milk. I gotta drink my daily milk.
Yeah.
He will be moving to Thailand in a few months. He has a question. He has a question regarding banking my money. Can I use any bank to deposit my money, or do I need to shop around? Thank you. No, you can use any bank here. I would highly recommend Bangkok Bank because they're easy to deal with foreigners. The problem here is a lot of banks don't like to deal with foreigners if we have banking issues or questions. And Bangkok Bank is all over Thailand, and they even have a branch in New York in the United States. So my recommendation is Bangkok Bank. I have another account in another bank, but I have my personal monies at Bangkok Bank. So you never want to bring all your money over here anyway, so you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? So Sam the man, happy birthday to your mother-in-law. Is there a reason to use green food dye in the birthday cake? Is it for a good omen? The releasing of the catfish in the pond, is that a religious significance? Anyway, the party looked like fun. Wish Soy Mafia a happy birthday. So he's talking about the birthday party I had for my mother-in-law, which was very fun. They like Bai Thai flavor. There's no significance in that. Doesn't mean anything. I can make them any cake they want, but they like Bai Thai. Bai Thai is a plant that grows here. They put that Bai Thai leaf in a pot and boil it and get this fragrance. It's not really a flavor, it's more of an odor, and the food coloring is just for show because it's Bai Thai, so you know it's Bai Thai. The releasing of the fish is good luck. You can buy fish and turtles and birds and all kind of stuff at the markets, at the temples, and you can release them in the pond, and it's for good luck. So all those were for good luck for her year, her next year of her life. Airliners 88. Let me drink some milk. Do you know that some hotels in cities never allow to bring durian in? Yes. Sometimes you will be fined if you crack open a durian. Really, you just need to bring it in the room, and it like sticks to the wall. The odor is unreal. But yeah, most places you can't bring durian in, and I don't know why you would want to eat it inside your room anyway. Unless you bought it at a market and then you brought it in there and we're going to eat it outside later. Yeah, it's going to smell for days. Soren 1. The food looked so appetizing, and the cake too. Even the candles didn't work as planned. Thanks for yet another warm and happy video, Paige and Chuck. By the way, do Thai people give each other gifts when they celebrate birthdays, or do they just enjoy the food in the party? Yeah, they just enjoy the food in the party. They don't give gifts. They give flour and wish them luck for their next year of life, but no gifts. They don't give gifts. J Lampong 64. Hi, Chuck and Paige. Your Thai friend who is driving a Toyota SUV, is he trying to make it look like a Hummer? And do they have a Hummer dealership in Thailand? What a great birthday party for Mama. Life should be like these, always together with family and friends. Yeah, they do have Humvees here in Thailand. This is actually, I'm going to put a link on here and show you what this thing is. It's a custom vehicle. I don't know anything about it. It looks like it's only made here in Thailand. I don't know if they make it anywhere else. The website is in Thai, but it's a pretty cool vehicle. It's not a Humvee. It's a Toyota chassis, but it's made up. It's a custom vehicle. It's pretty cool. I'm sure it's expensive. Thomas. Chuck, do you spend most of your time at your mother-in-law's but have your own place? I made a video a while back thoroughly explaining my position on owning a house here in Thailand as of right now. No, me and Paige stay here. We live upstairs in a whole upstairs house to ourselves. Me and Paige like to travel a lot. In order to be able to travel comfortably, it's difficult when you have a lot of anchors. So we really don't have a whole lot of, we bought a vehicle that we used to travel in, and we don't really have a whole lot of possessions. So our goal in our next part of our life was to travel and enjoy life. And coming here to Thailand and staying in here was part of the plan. Her parents wouldn't have it any other way. They would be, and I've said this many times, they would be very upset for us to go get our own place. So what the future holds, who knows? I have no idea. This house is our house. It's going to be our house, you know, later on in the future too. So what difference does it make? But I enjoy staying here. They're great people. I contribute as much as I possibly can. They don't ask me for money. I'm not a freeloader, so I give them money every month to pay for all the utilities. Her dad won't take it, so I have to sneak it to her mom every month. So, but that's what I do. So I really don't. I don't feel like settling in and mowing the yard and worrying about stupid stuff at the moment. It's not what I want to do right now in my life. So I'm having a good time, and I'm just going to keep going with it. Preston Bagratoni, another awesome video. Happy birthday to your mother-in-law. Clean, no nonsense, entertaining family videos. Thank you. P.S. Are your in-laws of Lao ancestry? Somehow I missed that part of your in-laws. I don't think I ever really mentioned that. You know, it's just like anywhere in the world. A lot of people immigrate into countries from different parts of their borders of their countries. So I know, like in Texas, where I'm from, my kids just so happen to be half Mexican because I was married to a Mexican. You know, when you live up towards, well, you get the point, right? So same thing in Asia. We're on the Lao border, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of Lao influence on this side, and you would get, you know, Burma, Malaysia, and all that stuff. So her mom is actually Chinese. Her parents came here from China when they were young, and her mom was actually born here in Thailand, and her dad, of course, is Thai. I'm sure he has some Lao ancestry in him as well. I don't know. I asked my wife, Paige. It's not important to her, I guess, but let's move on. Barbara Zayak, hello from Canada. Hello, Barbara. My husband and I were in Thailand in 2013 for a month, and we felt so drained by the heat that we had little energy to do many activities. We were wondering if it just takes more time to acclimate to the heat. Maybe you adjusted to the heat because you are from a hot state. Also, how often do you encounter the brown centipedes, giant spiders, and venomous snakes? Yeah, her mother despises those gigantic centipedes. They only come out when it rains a whole lot. They are, when you touch them, they sting the crap out of you. I've picked one up and when they curl up in a ball, so don't touch them. But her mom hates them. I have not yet seen any like gigantic spiders at all since we've been here, or since I've been coming here. I haven't seen any snakes. Yeah, you see some in the parks. I've seen some dead on the road. We live in kind of a city area, so there's not a whole lot running around, but you do have to watch out for snakes, especially when you're walking or riding a bike, because cobras, there are a lot in Thailand, and they will challenge you and they will jump at you. But I haven't seen any. Let's see. Pipe 68. Hi Chuck, enjoy the vlog. I see you don't mind the whiskey now and then. Do you drink more in Thailand than back in the United States? Okay, well, no, I actually drank a lot more in the United States. Not a lot more. I don't start drinking anything till after 5 o'clock. I don't drink during the day. Every now and then when we go out and have lunch, I may have a beer or two, but I don't drink during the day. So when we have gatherings or get-togethers, which seems like it happens a lot, yeah, I have a few, but this same song is a rum, and it's very low alcohol content, and I mostly drink it with water anyway. And I rarely get drunk because I feel so bloated way before that, and I make myself stop because I'm uncomfortable. But I drink more bourbon, which is a lot stronger in the United States. Same thing at night. I would have a few cocktails after a wonderful day in my wonderful life in America, my wonderful job. Yeah, so I had a few at night. John Rogers. I have a question about taking medicine for preventing malaria. Have you taken anything before you traveled to Thailand for preventing malaria, and are you still taking anything after living there? What other medications and vaccines would you suggest taking before traveling to Thailand and having on hand while there? That's an excellent question, John. I'm going to put a link up for Central Disease Control. This website will ask you some questions on where you're traveling to, a lot of personal questions, how many people are coming with you, how long you're going to be staying, stuff like that. And it'll give you a list of recommendations of types of vaccinations that you may want to get before you enter that country. I would say this, if you're coming to visit Thailand, I wouldn't worry about it. I haven't got a vaccination. I haven't had one since the military. I don't plan on hanging out in the jungle. I did inquire about getting shots at the doctor. He told me if I don't plan on hanging out inside the jungles in Thailand, malaria isn't that common to get, or yellow fever. Unless you plan on being out inside the jungle, then you might want to get it. But I haven't got any. But I'm going to give you this website. Can you get that stuff here? Yeah, you can get it here, but it's best to get it before you travel. I think you should get it probably a week or so before. But if you're just going to visit Thailand, it just depends on what you're going to do. I wouldn't sweat it. Kevin Vaughn, why do Thai sing happy birthday in English? Because there is no Thai version of happy birthday at all, period. So. Yeah, let's see. I've gone about 20 minutes now. Let me do a couple more. I kind of split this up because I had so many. So let me see if I can get a couple more in without dragging this on too long. I apologize for that. BFC Walshide. And I haven't read these yet, so this ought to be entertaining. I'll have to do the research while I'm editing. As already mentioned, it is law. Although in all my visits, I've never been stopped. However, always carry my passport when I'm in Bangkok. Are you going to visit the Death Railway Museum when you're in Kanchanaburi? He's talking about, I made a comment about the lady at the reception in the hotel wanting to see my actual passport instead of the copy that I gave her. And we had a discussion about carrying our passport. So, okay, yeah, I talked to an immigration officer, and I asked a few of my friends who live in Thailand, and also a few comments I'll share with you. So the first and most important thing on the immigration officer side, he said, if you are traveling in Thailand, you need to have your passport in close vicinity. Are you going to carry it on your pocket when you're riding your bike or swimming? Let's use common sense. We're not going to carry that thing every single place that we go. If for some reason that you get in trouble and a police officer feels that they need to see your passport, they will tell you that you need to produce it within 24 hours to them. So, but on the other hand, now that there is a new prime minister, which is army driven, a lot of that nonsense has been gone. They don't have a whole lot of police officers trying to extort money from you. Does it happen? I'm sure. I don't know. It's never happened to me. I've been stopped at least a dozen times. I've never been asked to see my passport. I always show them my driver's license. They ask me where I'm from. They tell me the few English words they know, and they smile and have a nice day. So, rule is you need to have it close by you whenever you're traveling. In your hotel, but you can go produce it within a certain amount of time, okay? But I still would carry a copy with you or some kind of form of ID. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do, and this is what other friends do. If I'm traveling outside of Top Phnom or we're going somewhere, I'm just going to leave it in my car. I'm going to lock it up inside my vehicle. I feel a lot more confident in Thailand that nobody's going to break into my car and steal my passport. So, but that's what we're going to do, right? She's sitting over there looking at me like you're a fool. So yeah, kind of keep it close by you. Now let's see if I can do one more. Andy Oswald, great vlog as usual. He says Greg and Paige. I'm gonna assume that you know my name's Chuck. I say it every time I'm on video. That's okay. On the passport question, I carry my passport in the carry my passport in the car. I think you probably should type before you've had a couple of cocktails, Andy. Sometimes I do the same thing. So it covers most interactions I am likely to have with the police, or I probably can't read. Next year I am going to get myself a Thai ID card and carry that in my wallet. I have one question which is probably for Paige, as she does all the planning on the road trips. How long do you plan on driving for each day? Is it a certain number of hours or kilometers? Actually, Paige doesn't determine how far we drive. We usually talk about our destination, and then she tells me how far it is, and then we kind of determine if there's stuff in between that to stay at or see, then we'll do that. I don't like to drive that long. From here to Karat, it's 7 hours with a few stops in between. I don't like it, but not a whole lot to do in between that. So I usually don't like to drive more than 300 kilometers. That's really my max, but I have driven a lot further. It's about 450 from here to Karat. Let's see. That's all I'm going to do. I've got a few more. Sorry I drug this on a long time, but I'm going to try to do another one here. Well, I'm just going to do another one at the same time regular. I'll add these to it. So, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for all the wonderful questions. I hope I got some good answers for you. If not, email me or send me a message through Facebook, and I'll try to get you some more detail. Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you on the next video.